So what do I think about Credit Karma? Well, today I'm going to be breaking down exactly what type of person I think should be using Credit Karma and what kind of benefits that I think you get from using it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what to do in terms of monitoring your credit and what to do when you want to see your real credit scores. And I'll break that down here soon. What's up, y'all? My name is Tomy Boboy, your credit and personal finance coach. If this is your first time on my channel, I'd just like to say welcome. Typically on this channel, I'm talking about things related to credit and personal finance. So if you're interested in improving your credit or achieving financial freedom, be sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now, let me walk you through Credit Karma and what exactly my views are on it. Now, first off, I just want to do a quick, brief breakdown of Credit Karma and exactly what it is. Basically how Credit Karma works is they're going to pull your credit reports from TransUnion and Equifax, and what they'll do is they provide you your Vantage score, which is a credit scoring model, which pretty much your credit score, but a type of credit score, and they'll give you a recommendation of what you can do to increase your scores. So typically, if you go on there and you click on your credit report, they'll tell you like, oh, this section is low, you can increase it by paying off your credit cards or something, or you have too many accounts, or you have too many inquiries, whatever it is, right? They'll kind of give you guys feedback or insight into what you can do to get a better score and improve your credit. On top of that, what they'll do is they'll actually give you recommendations of different types of credit that you can apply. They initially started off with just doing things like credit cards, but have now moved into other different types of loan products, right? Whether it's personal loans to auto loans, things like that. Now, first, let's touch on the good side of things, right? What are the positive things about Credit Karma? Now, a few of the things I like is that one, it's free, right? You're able to get credit monitoring for TransUnion and Equifax free of charge. You're not paying anything to use the app. You can download it, you just enter your information, and you have access to it, right? And I think that's probably one of the biggest benefits of it. And now another thing is that I also think that a lot of the insights that they do provide can be beneficial for someone who's just starting off fixing their credit. So if you're someone who doesn't know much about how to improve your credit, it can actually be really beneficial for you, especially as a starting point, because it's almost, I don't want to say they kind of handhold you, but they give you a few tips here and there that are actually beneficial and can actually help you improve your score. So I think that's a huge plus as well. Some examples are, they'll say things like you need to lower your credit usage, you have too many missed payments, things like that, right? Where they're just kind of giving you these little pointers that can really have a big effect on your whatever your score is and how to get to whatever your goals are. Now, in terms of the bad, right? The first thing is that it doesn't show you all three of your credit bureaus, right? It's only going to show you really two out of the three. It's going to show you, what was it? Equifax and TransUnion, right? So that's the only two that you're going to be seeing. On top of that, you're not seeing your FICO scores. So basically what they're showing you a credit score, but it's a different type of credit score than what any lender is going to see. So you might see one score on your phone, on your Credit Karma app. And whenever you go to a lender, when you're trying to apply for a home loan or auto loan, whatever it is, they're going to end up seeing a different score. And where the issue comes in is the discrepancies can be huge. Like you might see on your Credit Karma app that you have a 700 credit score, and then whenever you go to the dealership, they tell you your score is actually a 650 or 640. Okay, I've easily seen it skewed 50 points based off of the information that people have given me, right? And that's why I always tell people, do not look at the scores on Credit Karma, because that's not the scores that other lenders are going to be seeing. Okay. Now, the next issue I have is they're actually incentivized to get you to sign up for new credit, right? If you think about it, they make money by you signing up for credit products. Okay. Like they basically get a referral fee for sending you to like Chase for a Chase credit card or something. The issue is what I've heard is they're now at a situation where they have so many clients that they can get paid just for the referral. Right, just by getting you to fill out a Chase application, they will get funded, or they'll get a commission for that. Okay, so if you look at it, the incentive is not really there, right? They're trying to help you increase your score, but then they're going to try to get you to apply for as much stuff as you can. That way, they're able to get money, right? They're able to get paid, right? And that's how they're going to make their money. So that's kind of one thing where, I think is probably a bad point. Right. But that's why I typically recommend people you avoid clicking on any of those offers. You really are there looking at your credit reports, right? More than anything. But when it comes to the credit reports, one of the issues I have is they don't give you the complete picture whenever it comes to your credit reports. And now Obviously, I don't blame them for doing that because I think this app is more geared towards people who are really beginners or just starting off, because they want to just make it as simple as possible, right? They try to explain to you how to improve your credit score. They try to, when they're showing you your credit report, they try to just minimize the amount of information that you're seeing, right? And if you compare it to an actual credit report that you would get from the credit bureaus, you'll see that the information is completely is really different compared to what you're seeing on Credit Karma. You'll have access to a lot more information. It's a lot more in depth on your actual credit report. Now, what exactly is my take? Now, I don't completely write off Credit Karma. I think that there still is a place for them, right? I think a lot of people can benefit from Credit Karma. What I would say is don't use Credit Karma for the scores. Use it for the credit monitoring. Okay, I shot a whole nother video previously, probably a couple months back, about how you should not look at the scores whatsoever, but it's great for credit monitoring, especially if you're someone who's had issues with, fraud or identity theft, anything like that. Then you want to make sure that you have some sort of credit monitoring, and honestly, they're not that bad. Despite the fact that they're only looking at 2 credit bureaus, it's not bad considering it's free. Okay, so that's one thing that I do mention. But again, guys, you want to make sure that you're ignoring the scores. Okay, I've shot a video previously. If you look on my channel, there's a video that has to deal with where to get your real scores, which is your FICO scores, and that's spelled FICO. Go ahead and just search through my videos. You're going to find one, and it tells you where you can get your FICO scores. It pretty much breaks it down. You can get, I know one of the credit bureaus gives it out for free. I believe it's Experian, as well as there's a lot of different banks that give out the FICO scores for free as well when you have accounts with them. So go ahead and check out that video. That way you can figure out where to get those scores. And those are the scores that the lenders are going to be seeing. So you're seeing the exact same score that anybody, if you go apply at a mortgage, or go apply for a mortgage, you go to apply for a car loan, anything like that, these are the exact same scores that those people are going to be seeing. In terms of actually getting if you want a credit report, right? Not credit monitoring. Credit monitoring is just when someone is letting you know what's showing up on your credit report. Okay, but if you want actual credit reports, like more in-depth credit reports, then I'd recommend that you get that somewhere else as well. Okay, and here in a second, I'm going to give you a few alternatives of what you can do, but keep in mind that you want to have the most in-depth credit report that you can, because you want to make sure that you have all the information you need in case you need to do it a dispute or something like that. And also, if any of that information is showing up incorrectly, because there could be discrepancies in like numbers on certain accounts, and just because numbers are off, your credit score is taking a hit because of it. Okay, so it's always important that you make sure that you are pulling, if you don't have any other types of ways to get your credit reports, you're at least going to a source to get a full credit report, if not directly from the credit bureaus. Now, in terms of alternatives, these are kind of what I would recommend. Okay, there's a company called annualcreditreport.com. I shot a whole video on them. I'll link it down below as well. Basically showing you how you can get your credit reports for free. Okay, you're able to do it typically once a year, but at least for the year of 2020, they were letting you do it once a week. Okay, but typically you get to pull it just annual credit report. That's kind of where the name comes from. But by law, the credit bureaus are required to let you have your credit report free once per year. Okay, so you can go on that website, annualcreditreport.com, and you'll be able to pull your credit reports for free directly from the 3 credit bureaus, and those are going to be extremely in depth. You're going to be able to see all the information for every single account that you have. Now, I think that's perfect. If you want to see your credit reports, I think that's perfect. Now, if you're in a situation where you're actually disputing, right, you're working on actually doing or fixing your credit or the actual credit repair, then I recommend using a different company. I recommend IdentityIQ. Okay, the reason why I recommend this company is because even though you're getting free reports from Annual Credit Report, the issue is now you have 3 different credit reports, and you have to piece everything together to figure out what kind of issues that might be, or where the discrepancies might be. Okay, now what I love about IdentityIQ is they actually merge all 3 of your credit reports into one report. And so what they do is, let's say, for example, you have a credit card. That credit card, they'll show you exactly what each of the credit bureaus are showing for that exact credit card. Okay, so you're able to see all the numbers across, and you can easily read that report and just look across and see where any discrepancies are. And the benefit of that is, especially if you're disputing accounts, just by you finding one error that like let's say you have that credit card and you know, they're all of them except one is saying that you have a late payment. Okay, that you can take that information and go to the credit bureaus and tell them, hey, why is TransUnion and Equifax saying that I have a late payment when clearly I don't have a late payment, and the third bureau is showing that I don't either, right? Experian is showing that I have never had a late payment with this account. It makes it a lot easier for you to prove your point, and you're able to see that that means that they're not all verifying all the information. Everything on your credit report has to be 100% verified. Okay, so that's kind of the benefit with it. So I typically recommend that, you know, you use IdentityIQ, especially if you're in that you're working to improve your credit score. Now I'm gonna throw up a sample or an example of the report, and you can kind of see how it kind of goes directly across, right? You see how it shows each of the three bureaus in each column. Okay, so you're able to see any discrepancies across the board, which is great, and that's really the gist of it, right? So if those are kind of the routes that I think you can take. I think Credit Karma does serve its purpose. I just think that there's certain scenarios where if it works, and there's a lot of other scenarios where it doesn't. Okay, so this isn't about you getting rid of Credit Karma. It's just about knowing what kind of information you should be looking at on Credit Karma, and not really taking all their information to heart. Okay, so I think that's probably going to be the biggest part of it. Just using it really for the credit monitoring that you're going to get for those two bureaus. Anyways, now you know some alternatives to be able to better take control of your credit, and to be able to reach the goals that you set for yourself when it comes to your credit score. That's going to be pretty much the gist of this video, guys. Be sure that you throw a like on this video if you found this information valuable. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. And lastly, make sure you throw down in the comments any type of questions you might have, or any other videos that you would want to see, and I'll be sure to take the time to shoot those videos. Okay, so that's gonna be pretty much it for this, guys. I will see you at the next one.